guys, so today I'm working on a 04 GMC. It's a 2500. Problem with this car is the car have a misfire. Got 276,000 miles. That's a lot of miles. So what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna check the check engine light, see what the codes are. So the customer actually just bought this van and they want to fix it up. Got some brake problems. So as you can see, you got 3 codes. Let me see what the codes are. So as you can see there, it says number 8 cylinder misfire, evap emission. So that's evap emission. I'm not going to target that. I'm going to just target the misfire and the P0200 with injector circuit open. So the first thing I'm going to target is that P0200. I'm thinking that the wire is broken on the injector, or maybe the injector is no good. So I'll have to check the firing order, see which is number 8 cylinder, and check that injector number 8 to see what's going on with it. But before that, I got to take this cover out, because this is a big ass cover. This van is dirty as hell. I'm gonna take this cover out and try to identify which is number 8 cylinder. I think it's the last one on this side, the last cylinder on the right. It's number 8. Not sure, but I'll double check that and I'll see what's going on. This is actually the diagram of the firing order, and the engine is this is the front of the motor. So which the number 8 cylinder is this one that I circle, and this is a 4.8 motor. So let me just make sure. Yeah, it's a 4.8 motor. So number 8 is this one. So it's the last one on the right, which I'm gonna check. See the firing order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8. So some new parts on this car. So I don't know if somebody was working on it before, but yeah, let me take. Hey guys, so after slipping the cover to the side, as you can see, there's 2 new coils here. They probably did a tune-up, not sure, but definitely somebody was working on it, because he said he did the brake, but there's still a problem with the brake. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna check this injector. It's number 8 injector. It's right there, because if this is new, I'll just pull plug out 2 to see what's going on with the spark plug. Well, my first step is to check the fuel injector to see if it's good or not. So that's the injector right there. I'm gonna check that out. So what I actually did is disconnect the injector connector, fuel injector connector, and as you can see, it's there's a little tab here. You just press it in and you pull it up. So what I'm gonna do now, I have a Noid. It's called a Noid light set. So this is the set. What I'll do, I'm trying to see if power is coming to that wire, and this one says GM right here, as you can see, GM. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stick it on to this injector. Actually, what I'm trying to check here to see if it's if power is coming to this number 8 injector. So once I start the car up and this light start flashing, I know there's power coming to the injector. So I know the circuit is complete, the circuit is good. So maybe there's a problem with the fuel injector, or maybe, you know, something else. But anyways, let me just put it over here. So I'm gonna crank the car up now and see if I'm getting power there. So let's see. So there's no power coming to the injector because it's not lighted. Yeah, definitely I'm not getting no power to the injector. You guys can see that it's not flashing. So it could be a wiring problem, it could be a computer problem, I'm not sure. What I have to do is run the wiring diagram for the injector circuit and see where this goes to the computer, and see if I'm getting power out of the computer. a lot of noise. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is check the wiring diagram and to from the injector all the way to the ECM, and I'm gonna identify the 2 pins that's coming out of the ECM for number 8 injector. Once I'm getting power out of the computer, I know the computer is okay. But if I'm not getting no power out of the computer, it means that there's a problem with the ECM. But if I'm getting power, it means there's a problem with the wiring, or the circuit is messed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so after printing out the diagrams, this is number 8 injector, and number 8 injector, there's this wire. Actually there's 2 wires. One goes to the ECM, injector control. I don't know if you guys can see that. It says, I don't think you can see it. You just go in a little. Anyways, it says injector control number 8, which is a dark blue and white wire, and then that's the computer, and then there's another wire goes all the way to the top to the fuse box, which is a fuse number 15. So what I'm gonna do I want to see which side of the circuit is not getting you know, this is supposed to have a ground, this is supposed to have a power. So I'm gonna check this pin here to the 2 pin to see what I'm missing. So I want to know which side of the circuit to look at. I could look at the computer side of it, or I have to look at the power side of it. So at least that's going to eliminate, you know, make my work a little easier. So I'm going to go ahead and take my power probe. Here's my probe right here. I'm going to check these 2 pins and see, you know, what's missing. So I'm checking, as you can see, I'm getting power on the probe, being the part from the fuse box. The fuse box to the injector is good. I'm going to check the other one now. I'm checking the ECM part of it. I'm not getting nothing. So at least I know which side of the circuit to look at. So I have to check the wiring actually from the ECM to the injector. So before I start digging the computer and the circuit and everything, I have to disconnect the computer, identify which pin is the injector. I got to take that negative terminal battery off the cable. Have to disconnect the battery because I don't want to cause any other damages to anything else. So negative side of the battery got to be disconnected. So once I disconnect this, computer is right over here behind this master cylinder, right in the corner. So I'll take the connector out, identify which wire, you can see it right there, which wire is the injector wire, and see if I'm getting ground coming from that wire. Actually a signal, it's got to be a pulse, injector pulse. Guys, so after taking out the computer, these are the pins. That's ECM right there. So I'll have to identify which pin, which wire on this goes directly to the injector. See if the wire is broken. First I'll check, see if there is a continuity within the circuit or if the wire is complete. Then I'll have to check if that's complete. My next step is to check, see the pulse signal out of the ECM, which should be a ground. So once I check this, I'm going to take a look at this. So based on my diagram, pin number 77, which is a dark blue and white wire on the ECM, is the fuel injector number 8. Okay, so what I'm doing, actually, this is the injector pin, which is a pin number 77, from here all the way to the injector. So what I'm doing here now, this wire actually goes to the negative side of the battery, which I hook up over there. So I'm trying to put ground through this wire. If I get ground on the other end of the blue and white wire, it means that the circuit is complete. If I don't have a ground, it means that the circuit is broken, the wire is broken in the system. So I have my probe on the other end. So I have my probe on the other end, and this is the blue. I don't know if you can see, the sun is there. It's the blue and white wire. So I got my pin connected here. I'm supposed to get a ground over here. So I'm not getting a ground. So when I touch this, when I touch it like this, I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting nothing. So it means the circuit is broken somewhere. The wire is broken. My next step is to cut the wire to the pin number 77 and actually put everything back together, start the car up, and see if I'm gonna get a ground signal from that wire before I start running a new wire. So I'm gonna put the computer back together. I'm gonna put everything back together. Cut this wire right here. Cut this wire right here, and I'll just run it through over there to the injector. So let me go ahead and do that. Hey guys, so what I actually did is I snapped the wire from the harness that goes to the injector, and I put a new wire on it outside. So, you know, just for testing purposes, I put all the connectors together. I gotta put the battery back on. So I'm gonna start it up and see if I'm getting a signal out of the ECM. So once I'm getting a pulsation or a signal out from the ECM, you know, I'll just run the new wire to the injector, and that should fix the car. So that's my next step. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that out, start the car, and see what happens. Okay guys, so after starting the car up, this is actually the other end of the wire that comes from the ECM. There is a pulse at the probe, meaning the computer is fine. So definitely there is a broken wire within the circuit. So I'll have to just run a new wire in all the way to the injector, and that should fix my problem. What I have to do for now, I have to like disconnect the battery again and put everything back together as normal. You know, put the computer back in the correct spot over there, and that should fix my problem. Okay, so after putting the new wire, putting everything back together, this is actually the wire right here. I actually put it through this harness. It goes to the engine. I'm trying to hide it because I don't, you know, the heat from the motor. I don't want the heat to damage the wire again. So it's actually all the way on the other side. I didn't hook the other side up as yet, but because you can see the red, I don't know if you can see the red wire there. So I gotta hook the other side up. Okay, so I got my wire all the way to the injector. So what I'm gonna do now is just put these two together right here, this wire. Put it together, join it up, plug it in, and crank it up. Let's see what happens. Hey guys, so I just hooked this back up. I just put this noid light on it just for you guys to see the pulse, so to know that power is coming to the injector number 8. So I got my guy Danny there. He's gonna crank it up. Danny, crank it up. Let's see if we're gonna get a pulse on this the light. That's the injector pulse. Crank it. Go ahead. See that right there? So that's the injector pulse. So before I was missing that signal, and that's the signal from the ECM, the ground. So once I hook this up, the car should be fine. Hey guys, so after fixing everything, the car's not shaking anymore. There's no more code for the misfire, but there is the check engine light is still on, and there is a code for the evap emission valve, whatever, vent solenoid. So I'm not gonna fix that because the customer don't really want to fix that. He just want to fix the shaking. It's a really old car, you know, you want to fix the misfire. But yeah, that's it. Car's fixed. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the video. That's it.